Hello and welcome back to MFAC Coaching. If you are here because you found me through the Serilyn Art collab loop group, thank you so much for your support, both of me and more importantly of Serilyn Art. It is so wonderful that you are here. The theme, if you don't know, if you're starting with me, then the theme is fall, and we're going to use Serilyn Art stickers to create a spread. So I am pulling out this particular set of the cutest. Look how cute he is. I'm super inspired by this particular sticker, but I'm gonna also, I think, include this sticker and this sticker to create a fall spread. I've got some other stickers from Serilyn Art. These are butterflies and sunflowers. And then you're going to find just a bunch of leaves. So from a variety, these are from like Michael's. These are actually from Rite Aid, if there's a Rite Aid in your area. Ours just closed, so they're no longer there. I've also pulled out a Live, Love, Posh sticker book that had some, I thought it had some, there we go. Has some leaves. There we go. That's where they are. And another retro that also has leaves. So between those three little scenes with the cutest animal ever. Look at him. He's so cute. I am going to create a spread. All right. Thank you so much for being here, and let's get to it. All right, originally what I wanted to do was essentially just put this like somehow like in the middle, but the middle always, when I'm using a big at least, it's gonna get chopped off, he's gonna get like cut up, and I can't have that. So I decided that 3 scenes with this cute, he's so cute, look at him, he's just so cute, he's so happy, or she, I don't know, but don't they look so happy? Oh. So anyway, we are going to use those in different scenes in my planner. This is a Happy Planner Big. I use this as my journal planner. And then I've also grabbed 2 washies. This one is from Planner Perfect. But it really looks better if done vertically. Yep. And then this one can be used in any direction. I think it might be a Simply Gilded, but honestly, it's not branded. So now I'm not sure at all where it's from. But this one can be used horizontally for sure. And as you know, if you've been watching this channel, I'm obsessed with horizontal washi. So you can know for sure that that's the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a bunch of horizontal strips on here because it's going to give it the more of that like the wind is blowing the leaves around feel. At least that's my hope. So I like, there's a part of me that wants to not do it just in the corner right here and like offset it, but I also know like this is what I use to write. Like it's the space, like I do write a lot on this planner, in other words. So I don't want to just put it in the middle, because if I put it in the middle, I'm cutting off the time for me to be able to write as much. It cuts off the writing space. So I will be good. Try and leave it closer to all the edges. Okay, this one I want to do from the top. We'll do top over here. Okay. All these decisions. I'm having trouble thinking and planning, so I'm going to be back in just a few minutes once I've laid down all the washi. All right, so that is all the vertical washi, at least for now. We'll see if I choose to move it around. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with vertical washi, but I am. All right, I do want to kind of put him kind of in the middle because I want to be reminded of how he is the inspiration for this whole spread. I saw him, I had pulled out all the stickers that I wanted to use this week, and I saw him, and I just got obsessed with the idea of like, just almost like trying to recreate that on the page. He is just so cute. Like, he just looks so happy looking at all of the leaves. And so I wanted to, as best as I can, recreate that around him. I just think that sounds like such a cute idea. Oh, so cute. No, he's so cute. I just can't get over how cute he is. Oh, so cute. And then maybe I'll just do like some leaves around him like this. And that's just like one little space. Now, let's see. I did not think about boxes, and I probably want them. So let me go get some. All right, yes, these are gonna be great. Let's pull out this size. Yeah, I think this will be good. Let's see. The nice thing about using regular size boxes in a big is that it doesn't take up the whole space. Which, like, again, no. Sticker, don't get overzealous. It's crooked, but not so crooked. Is it so crooked I can't stand it? All right, let's see what I can do to get that to be less crooked. There we go. Not the exact same placement, but that's okay. All right. All right, so now we've got these two who are, again, playing in the leaves, so that's what I want to focus on. But I did really love, like, this butterfly. Maybe we'll add that at the end. It's not as key. These are just, they're so cute. Look at him at night. But I want them all playing and frolicking in the leaves. Okay. So next up, I want to make, as much as I can, a pile of leaves. This is always easier said than done. At least I've found it to be harder than I thought it would be to like make a pile of leaves in my planner, because it's like this way. Anyway, I think because he's like in the lower left-hand corner of the page, I was like lower left-hand corner, but I don't actually know if that's what I want to do. I might want to put him back here. Maybe let's put him up here. Okay. And put one up here and one down here. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna create a little, I don't know if it's really gonna be a pile of leaves, but a leaf collection there. So I was thinking about this the other day. I love fall, and a lot of people love fall. And I'm really appreciating fall this year in large part because I was in France, and it was beyond hot in France. It was just so hot in southern France. I mean, of course it was. That's why everyone in southern France goes on vacation during the month of August, is because they're trying to escape the heat of their own country. So they're like smart, right? They're like, they don't leave during the pretty time. They leave when it's really, really hot. And okay, that's really such a cute idea. Okay. And okay, I think that's straight. They leave when it's really hot. So anyway, it's really hot. And then we came back home to San Diego, and again, it was quite warm. And because we don't have air conditioning in my house, when it's that warm, it is that warm in the house. Also, it's just really hard for us to get a real break. Now, it hasn't been so hot. I don't know, like last year, almost a year ago, if you were watching this channel, I talked to you about a day we had where it was like so hot in the house that my thermostat stopped registering the temperature and just said hi. HI. It was so warm it couldn't even read the temperature because it can't read anything above above 99. 99 is the highest it could go. So it was over 100 in the house, and it was hot. Now luckily we do have an air conditioning unit in the bedroom, and so we were able to hide away in there, we being my dog and I. My husband was out of town for this, and that was a really good thing because I love him, but he would have whined big time if it had been that hot when he was there. And needless to say, that would not have been any more fun. Anyways, so all of this tirade to say that I've been wondering if the reason, or at least one of the reasons why so many people love fall most of all, is in fact because it comes after summer. And I love the summer because I am I'm cold a lot of the time. And if you are someone who's cold all the time, it's really exhausting. And it's not fun. And quite frankly, if I was never super cold again, it would be too soon. It is just, you know, if you're someone who it's easy to get warm, then you just don't really understand what I'm talking about right now, and that's okay. And I'm a little jealous of you, but if you're somebody who understands the like why it is so hard for people to get warm, and you understand why summer is so nice, because I don't have to work at getting warm at all. I just am. I'm just a comfortable temperature, and it's such a blessing when that happens. Look at him, he got little leaves in his hair. It's so cute. Okay. I am obviously obsessed with these. Now, do you think, is it a cow? Is it a, what's the cow in, like a Highland cow? Anyone know? I wouldn't say I'm like really good at knowing these things, but anyways. He's so cute. All right, I'm trying to decide if I want to, maybe I'll do him like at an angle and some leaves over here, so it looks like he's got something really soft to land on. How do I want to do that, friends? I think I want to do, I want to do that as a top layer, but I want to add these leaves first. So yeah, tell me what you think. If you think there's some merit to the idea that maybe one of the reasons why so many people love fall most of all, other than the fact that, let's quite frankly, it rhymes in English, but is potentially because it comes after a period of time when people are uncomfortably warm. So let me know what you think, if that sounds like it could be right. If you're like, no, Megan, you're making stuff up. Yeah. So, and it doesn't really matter. It's just a fun kind of psychological question as to why people might like fall so much. All right, I want some more of those clear stickers, let's be honest. Because when you do clear stickers on top, you can see through, and I think that will give a good feeling of a pile. I think the pile is looking pretty good. I'm happy with what I've done there. Just trying to decide, ooh, this one, let's do this yellow one. All right. And just kind of put it on top. Okay. So, I mean, that looks like a pile of leaves, doesn't it? I think so. Hopefully you think so too. And then let's go ahead. Maybe in the leaves? Does he need? Maybe. I put the other two straight, so I think my idea was really cute. But I think maybe I'm not going to want it like that. I think I'm going to want it like that. Okay. After all that, but I think it does look like a pile of leaves. I think that's super cute. I am now thinking that I wish I had cut off this bottom part, but I think instead of that, we'll just add, so I did want to add some of these like 3-dimensional stickers. So what if I just add some 3rd dimension here? There we go. Now it just feels like even more of a pile. That is great. Let me see if I can. Yeah. Oh, that is so cute. Let's see. For some reason, I feel like I need just a little bit more dimension in there. There we go. Okay. Oh, you guys, I just, oh, I'm so thankful for these Serilyn art stickers because they inspired this much cuteness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. So every instinct in me now, what I want to do is just throw down more leaves everywhere. But this is a functional journal. I can't just throw down more leaves. I need more boxes. So we're gonna instead add some boxes here. And I will admit, or will tell you, I guess, Serilyn Art has boxes that I'm currently wishing I had purchased. Just because it comes on this cute page with like arrows and some other like designs, like functional designs. And I just think that would have been really nice to have, but I did not think about that. So we will survive with these other boxes. Okay, get the undo. Be right back. All right, I was laughing as I grabbed this undo because a long time ago, I'm talking like probably 10 years ago, I well, and for whatever reason, I still remember this conversation. I had a conversation with a student. I was doing some advising with him, so about his schedule. And he commented on how quickly I could type, and he was impressed by how fast. And I just said, I grew up in a household with a computer. I got very lucky. Like, my dad is a computer programmer, but my dad is 80. So he was definitely a part of a computer programming generation before most people were computer programmers. Obviously, like, he grew up during, like, I grew up with the, like, Apple E2 or whatever, which we didn't have in the household because my dad was definitely, like, anti-Apple at that point. He was PC all the way. That was what he knew how to program. Anyway, all that to say, I will remember this conversation because my student was he was like, oh my gosh, you type so quick. And then he said, as he, like, continued to watch me, he was like, do you not get annoyed at how often you make mistakes? Because there were times when I had to backspace a lot. And that happens a lot for me if I'm having to use, like, numbers and letters, because I'm sorry, but these are my hands. And when I was a kid, they were only smaller. And, like, getting to the top row of a keyboard is not easy. I don't care what anyone says. When your hands are small, like, I have to literally move my entire hand up. Anyway, I will never forget him, like, commenting and asking me if I hated how many times I made mistakes. He was like, I'd rather just go really slow and not have to make mistakes. And I was like, well, great, good for you. Like, I'm happy for you. But it was just, I will always remember how, I don't want to say judgmental, because he was being judgmental, but how much I was like just laughing at how, I'm more than willing to make those mistakes. Like, for me, the speed was worth it. And if I made mistakes, no big deal. Like, then I made mistakes. But there is something to, like, if you are someone who wants to get it all right the first time, the way I plan is not going to probably fit well for you, because I am, like, I should buy stock in Undo. I mean, you don't need a lot of it. Like, I've been planning since 2021. So for 4 to 5 years, and have only used like a bottle and a half of this, but I think all the time about him and his comments about whether or not I could potentially make too many mistakes and should go slower. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I wish I did go slower, and sometimes it's not even about speed with planning, because I don't know exactly what I'm going to want to put where at the time, because again, like, I'm not planning ahead for that per se. You're watching me hesitate a little, A, because of things like that, but B, because this is a planner. Usually what I do is I write Thursday, and I take not my notes, my journals, and I would write this way. But I'm getting a feeling that, like, this is going to end up being Monday. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be doing it differently than I normally do, but I'm trying to figure that out and think about that all the while I'm putting these things down, which is in some ways silly of me, because when it comes down to it, I'll just do whatever feels right at the time. And you just never know if it's going to be a week where I have a lot that I need to say and do and write about, or if I'm going to be, mainly just saying, like, I had a good meal. Yeah, I never fully know what I'm going to write about ahead of time, because I'm writing about my day and how it's going and how I feel. I'm trying to decide if there's enough space for a third box there and what color I would want. And there's definitely spot for a third box. Ooh. But then spacing. Eek. Why is it so hard? Maybe I put this one in the middle. All right, let me do that. Let me put this one where I think I want it to go, spacing wise. And then I just put this one kind of in the middle. Oh, easier said than done to find the middle. Okay. I never know exactly which angle is going to be best for me. All right, there we go. Okay, love this yellow. It's kind of like gold. Okay, so I think that page is pretty much done. So I'm gonna put it aside for now while I figure out where the boxes should go on here. All right. Oh my goodness. I just think it is so cute. Ooh. This looked very cute right over here. So we're gonna just put that down. It is nice when you have like clear paper and be like, ooh, how does that look? Which I know some people will do an entire spread on like cellophane or that like the paper that has a little coating on it. So you can put all the stickers down, pick them all back up and put them all back down. And then of course you don't make as many of like the mistakes or you don't need the undo. So if you are someone who is finding themselves annoyed at how often I use undo, that might be something to look into. But I am someone obviously who would rather just get down to it and make those mistakes, get into it, and go that way. I did say I was going to decorate more up there, so I think I want to do that. There we go. That's better. There we go. Okay. I think I'm good. Good with this. Do I need something else down here? In this space, maybe? There we go. That space just looked very empty. There's some spaces that look empty. This one, like down here and here, but I think if I still feel that way when I'm using it, I can fill that in either with leaf drawings, I can go back with stickers, or I can fill it in with words. So I'm gonna call it a day. So yeah, let me know what animal you think that is. Like obviously it's a form of cow, but if there's like I'm calling it a Highland cow, but maybe there's another name for it. Let me know. But he is adorable and I love him. Here's his full sheet or her full sheet. There's also, I didn't end up using it, but these butterflies and sunflowers, these are all Serilyn Art. Megan.25 will get you 25% off your order. You need them for fall because look at the fall, so cute. All right, thank you so much for being here. Let me show you what this looks like in the planner, and then I will let you go on to the next video. Be sure to watch the next video and see what other Serilyn Art stickers for fall are used by this amazingly creative team. And here we are, the final in the planner. Oh, he's just so cute. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Serilyn Art, for having me on the team. And have a fantastic weekend, everyone. Week. This is a Monday. Have a fantastic week, and I will see you next time. Thanks for being here.